Nomacorc, the global leader in the manufacture of alternative wine closures, believes strongly that oxygen management throughout the winemaking process and wine closure selection is critical to the optimal development and preservation of a wine's aroma, flavor, structure, and color.
We've had the view that oxygen management is a very critical consideration, throughout the winemaking process, and specifically in terms of the role of the closure.
To validate this belief in the importance of oxygen management, Nomacorc reviewed existing information sources, including wine fault data available from leading international wine challenge competitions. Representative data collected over the past 3 years shows that 6 to 7% of all wines are negatively impacted by wine faults. More than 50% of these faults, most notably oxidation and reduction, are related to oxygen mismanagement resulting from the winemaking process, bottling, closure selection, or post-bottling conditions.
The bottom line is that cork taint receives a lot of attention, but oxygen management related faults, account for a majority of faults in this case.
Recent consumer preference research conducted by the Australian Wine Research Institute confirms that consumers dislike the tastes associated with oxidized and reduced wines, and that closure selection can play a major role in protecting wines from developing these off flavors and aromas. Recognizing the need for additional credible scientific research, specifically in the area of oxygen management during the bottling and post-bottling stages of winemaking, Nomacorc partnered with renowned wine research institutes around the world to initiate new research, which will provide scientific data needed to more clearly understand oxygen's role, improve the winemaker's ability to control wine evolution, and design closures that ensure that the wine will develop as the winemaker intends. As the initial results from these research projects become available, the Nomacorc Enological Research Team has begun conducting a series of technical conferences which provide an overview of the research underway, as well as a presentation of the specific research results to date. Being able to accurately measure the presence of oxygen during and after the winemaking process is critical to conducting this research and ultimately improving control of the winemaking process. As a result, Nomacorc formed an alliance with Presens, a manufacturer of optical sensors, to provide highly accurate, non-invasive analyzers that would allow winemakers to easily measure oxygen at various stages of winemaking. This state-of-the-art technology, which is being used in all of the Nomacorc research projects, is demonstrated during the conference.
You can measure that. So here it's water. It's just an example there. So you get something like 8.7 ppm of oxygen in this water that I just took from the tap.
Well, I think the development of the ProSense oxygen dots are a real boon to us, because being able to actually measure in the bottle after a closure trial is adding information that we haven't had before, and to have someone putting the time and effort into researching that and then doing the trials and presenting them to us is very, very interesting.
The majority of the session is devoted to a detailed review of the various research projects in process, including research design, methodologies, scientific results, and analysis to date. For example, initial results from the Geisenheim Institute in Germany confirm that bottle headspace oxygen and closure oxygen transfer rate are critical to managing wine development. And the research being conducted by INRA in France establishes that free SO2 is not a universal marker for oxidation, and that wine color development is a better indicator of oxidation in red wines. Following the research review, a wine tasting is conducted during which attendees have the opportunity to personally experience the impact of oxygen management on wine development, as evidenced by the wines used in the various research projects.
However you close the bottle is like the final step, and if you don't get that right, you can screw up whatever you've done prior to that.
More data out there than we were aware of, for sure.
I think we got a very good level of information, technical information, but it was clever and well done.
Please visit nomacorc.com for details regarding upcoming technical conferences and additional sources of information on the oxygen management in wine topic.